Cast First, sponsored by Natax Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
We've seen some rain showers push through the region tonight, very light in nature. No problems from them. Temperatures are falling now. We got to the 50s today, already down to 33 right now with those northwest winds kicking on in, 10 to 25 miles an hour overnight tonight. There goes the main batch of showers. There could still be a few sprinkles or a little bit of flurries overnight tonight in some isolated spots. We'll be settling into the upper 20s for temperatures before all is said and done. Tomorrow has a much cooler look to it. The week ahead, though, boy, is it interesting. We're expecting the chance for some heavy rain, but we may also mix in the chance for some freezing rain or some sleet, even some chances for snow at times with a big messy pattern coming on in. We'll be sure and break it down and let you know what we expect as WCIA 3 News at 10 starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
Students speak out. A teacher accused of sending unwanted messages to minors. What those messages say and why police are now investigating. And he was a Green Beret in the Special Forces. Now he's behind bars facing first-degree murder charges. Survivors describe the horrifying moments he opened fire inside a Rockford bowling alley.
And help is on the way. President Trump reverses course and signs the COVID-19 relief bill. What's in it for you?
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
Most school districts protect the children, and this one doesn't do that.
Police in Farmer City are investigating a school teacher after a wave of accusations coming from students this weekend. Good evening, I'm Mark Maxwell.
And I'm Jen Lask. Students of Blue Ridge High School are coming forward accusing their English teacher of sending unwanted messages. Police say they were made aware of the situation after a post from a former student on TikTok. WCIA 3's Jared Farmer spoke with some of the students and parents. So Jared, tell us how long people are saying this has gone on.
Jen, parents and alumni both have told me that this behavior has been going on as far back as the early 2000s. Many of them also told me they've felt like their complaints up until now have fallen on deaf ears. On Saturday night, a former Blue Ridge student posted these screenshots to her TikTok account. They reveal messages between her former English teacher and another student. The messages aren't explicit or graphic, but some students found his messages unwanted and unrelenting. Many students say they received similar uncomfortable texts from the teacher. Texts would tell students things such as, "I love you," "You're beautiful," even texts asking to hang out after school. Some students say they would ignore these messages, but they kept coming. Willa Emanuel says she finally said something publicly to protect other students.
He knows everything about all of us girls. Like, we would confide in him with all of our issues. He really caught us when we were vulnerable.
Emanuel says she eventually switched school districts to avoid him. One parent, Tawny Britz, says the same teacher harassed her daughter more than 10 years ago.
It was a mess, and it totally changed her whole life and her personality. She's still struggling with issues today over it.
Students say they reported some of these instances before school started back up this fall. The Blue Ridge superintendent says the district reported the teacher to the police in September. However, she would not comment on the status of the teacher's employment at the school. Police say this is an ongoing investigation, and if you have any extra information, to call them. Live in the newsroom, I'm Jared Farmer, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jared, thank you.
Rockford police have identified the suspect in last night's bowling alley shooting, 37-year-old Duke Webb, an active duty member of the Army Special Forces. Webb is accused of killing 3 men and injuring 3 others. That includes 2 teenagers. Michelle Raves spoke to survivors who went running for cover as soon as they heard the gunshots.
It was just 15 minutes of terror.
Amanda Hollenbach and Matthew Ryder say they will never forget the moment they almost lost their lives.
First shot went off, and then you heard another 3 rounds, and it was just like, okay, like right then and there, it set in for everyone, like, we gotta hide. And as we started hiding, like, the shots got closer and closer.
Thinking on their feet, the couple went to hide and called 911.
We were hiding behind a wooden crate. There was no bullet protection, you know. We were hiding, but, you know, people were screaming, people were crying. By this point in time, the second or third set of shots had gone off already. He was starting to fire multiple times, 5, 6 rounds at a time. It's Had to be between a dozen and 2 dozen shots in total the entire evening.
Fearing the worst, the couple began calling their loved ones.
While he was shooting, I was on the phone with my mom. I was like, Mom, I love you. There's an active shooter. I gotta go, but I want you to know I love you.
They say scenes from the shooting will always be imprinted into their memory.
There was blood going all the way out into the parking lot. Like,
there was a dead body right on the top of the
we
stairs.
had to walk right past it.
The suspect now behind bars.
And we'll always remember those people, even if we don't even know each other's names. I'll never forget those people that were on that balcony with us. Never.
The couple say they will forever be thankful to all the first responders.
The second I saw a police officer, I knew we were going to be okay. They did their jobs and they did it well. I cannot stress that enough. They really did, and I'm thankful for them. They saved our lives.
Webb faces 3 counts of first-degree murder and 3 counts of attempted murder.
Firefighters are sharing more memories of a fallen friend after a crash took the lives of Champaign firefighter Dominic Smith and his wife Kimberly early Saturday morning. Members of the department described Smith as an amazing human being. They called him a lifelong public servant, first serving in the military, then joining Woodlands Volunteer Fire Department and working his way up to chief. Smith spent 16 years on the Champaign Fire Department force. Lieutenant Jason Rector was with him on Tuesday when he responded to an older woman suffering a medical emergency.
And just to watch him give, this compassionate patient care was absolutely inspiring. She was really sick, and he held her hand for 15 minutes and talked her through the issues that she was having, and it was just amazing.
Police say 18-year-old Blake Martell ran a stop sign and hit the Smith's car, killing the two. Martell and his passenger, a 17-year-old, were taken to Carl for treatment. The Iroquois County Sheriff's Office is investigating.
In a sudden reversal, President Trump signed a $900 billion COVID relief bill tonight. The president said he wanted bigger checks for direct payments to most Americans, but his holdout forced unemployment benefits to expire for 14 million Americans overnight. Now, he's taking the deal from Congress now with hopes that more help could come soon. CBS News correspondent Nancy Chen reports from New York.
Late Sunday, President Trump signed the bipartisan COVID relief bill that Congress passed a week ago. In a statement, he said, "As President of the United States, it is my responsibility to protect the people of our country from the economic devastation and hardship that was caused by the China virus." On Tuesday, he threw the bill's future into uncertainty when he released a video criticizing plans for $600 stimulus checks to most Americans as inadequate. Instead, he demanded $2,000 payouts.
Many millions of people are losing their extended unemployment benefits. They're going to be evicted from their apartments because the eviction moratorium is ending.
Democrats on Capitol Hill backed the idea but were blocked by Republicans.
Why would we be sending $2,000 to people with a 6-figure income who've had no suspension, no reduction of their income at all? It should be targeted to people who've actually lost their job. Small businesses that are actually in danger of going under.
Over the weekend, the legislation's outlook seemed murky. In a tweet Saturday, the president called the $600 payout in the current bill measly. After golfing with President Trump on Friday, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham tweeted that the president is more determined than ever to increase those payments. Nancy Chen, CBS News.
That spending bill also avoids a government shutdown, boosts jobless benefits with an extra $300 a week through the middle of March. Also, the Paycheck Protection Program opens back up for small businesses to apply for loans to stay afloat. People we spoke with tonight said in times like these, a little bit of help can go a long way.
I know that it will help some people, so that's a good thing.
I think it'll be very welcomed into the homes of everyone who receives it, and I think it'll help our economy. We're on our way back. Yeah, nowhere to go but up.
The COVID-19 relief package also includes several $1 billion in funding for coronavirus tests and doses of the vaccine.
And for the second day in a row, public health officials have reported less than 4,000 new cases of the virus in Illinois. There are 3,293 new cases, 104 more deaths. There were once again fewer than 50,000 tests conducted in the past day. The preliminary 7-day positivity rate for cases is 6.8%. 4,083 people spent last night in the hospital with the virus. Of those, 905 patients were in the ICU, 497 were on ventilators.
All right, let's turn to Jacob Dickey now with our eyes on the skies. It was spitting out there a little bit earlier today.
Yeah, we had a little bit of rain, but that's nothing compared to what's coming for us here. A couple of systems coming on through, bringing a lot of moisture with them. Look at this right here. Our future track rain totals by this time next week. We may have spots with 2 to 3 inches of rain. Some of that, yes, could be in the form of a wintry mix, such as some freezing rain, sleet, and snow. We'll talk about the timing and break it down for you coming up after this.
WCIA 3 News is sponsored by CIBM Bank. You're watching